Hi, I'm Gaurav,
And I'm Tara.
and last summer we lived Family Week at Bethlehem Farm with our 4 kids. If I'm being honest, before we got there, my biggest worry was whether it would feel like a family vacation. We're going to spend 10 hours in the car each way, and it was a whole week's worth of vacation time. I knew we'd work hard, but would we be engaged and would we grow closer as a family?
When I first heard about Bethlehem Farm, I was so excited because it's such a unique opportunity to be able to volunteer together as a family when you have kids of such varied ages, especially young kids. And so I told the kids we're going to go do a week of service at this farm in West Virginia. And then I got to the part where we're not going to be able to bring our phones or any electronic devices. And there was a little bit of hesitancy from the teenagers, but we persevered.
Yeah, and so my worries were relieved almost immediately. When we got out of the car, the caretakers hugged us like we were family, and they were so excited to show us around the house that we'd be living at for the next week. I could really tell they'd take really good care of us.
Yeah, and I was relieved right away as well because they were so gracious in accommodating all of our dietary needs and our different schedules with our different kids and really made us feel at home right away.
Yeah, so recounting my first day on the job, I had cut and glued a drain pipe wrong. And the reason I knew this is after lunch and free time, when I came back, it looked so great. And what I realized is Steve and Eric had come back and quietly just redone it because they needed it done right and they needed it to move along because other parts of the project would go over budget if they waited longer. So it was humbling for me, not only because I screwed up, but how gracious they were. They didn't even want me to know. And I think it's because they really just want every contribution, no matter how small, to feel valued. And it did.
Yeah, that's really true. And one thing that surprised me about our experience was I knew going into it that we were going to go out on these work crews and get to help people in the community work on construction, help people with their homes. But what I didn't expect is that every team also took a turn for one of the days of the week being on what was called the home crew. And that time at home was to prepare all the meals, pack the lunches for the people going out, do the laundry and clean up, to enable the people who serve to do the service. And it was made very clear during that day of reflection how important that job is, how important it is to offer that service for others so that they can go out and serve. And it really made me think of how we all have to work together as members of the body of Christ and that all these jobs are important. And for me, it was really valuable because I'm a stay-at-home mom and it really touched me and reminded me how important my vocation is when I'm doing these things for my family.
I think we all got better at service during the week because we poured our hearts into it. I could see in my own kids, they were up on ladders using power tools, building stairs, even digging potatoes out of the dirt to get the harvest in. But it was all for the community, and they knew they were helping out, and that's why they wanted to do it.
And even our youngest was included. I mean, she didn't do construction work, but she fed the chickens every night, and she helped bake the bread, and she really felt part of the community as well.
I think one of our biggest takeaways was the simplicity. The farm is so much into preserving the environment, doing things that are good for the environment, appreciating the environment. We have nothing quite like the West Virginia sky where you can see the Milky Way here in Massachusetts, but we find our family goes out on nature hikes a lot more as a family and really enjoys it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and another thing that we've tried to do to keep things simple is to continue the practice of not using our phones as much, and it's really helping us to connect more as a family, which has been great. It was such a blessing to be there for the week, and the thing that really made it clear that it was a big success was at the end I asked all of the kids, okay, what did you think? Do you think you'd want to come back next year? And every one of them gave an enthusiastic yes. So it just was so meaningful to us and to our family and just such a wonderful opportunity. They're doing such wonderful work in West Virginia in the community. And so we really hope to come back and just hope that you'll support Bethlehem Farm's work.
We had a great family week. Thank you, Bethlehem Farm.
Thank you.